Okay, I'm going to start the program. Are you ready? Okay, awesome. So today we're going to go on a little bit of a voyage during the Age of Discovery. And we've been doing the last 2 years, we've been doing a lot of music in Spanish, mostly because Jackie told me she did not want to be singing in French or English or German anymore, or Italian. She was tired of it. So we've been doing a lot of Spanish Renaissance music, and it's been super fun. We also have done a lot of English stuff in the past, and I had started noticing that there's quite a bit of a connection between the Spanish music and the English music, and of course it makes sense because there was a lot of connections going on. This is 1491 till 1650. A lot of connections between between Spain and England. So at the beginning, if we all go back to our slightly badly taught American history, and you're thinking Age of Discovery, who's the poster child for Age of Discovery? It's Christopher Columbus, right? And who financed his stuff? Ferdinand and Isabella, and they were actually rulers in their own right, one of Castile and one of Aragon, and they married, and that whole thing combined together to be Spain. And they still sort of actually ruled their territories independently. There's too much what? Too many bees. I actually see a fly. You let me know if you see a bee. Or are you listening to the aircraft? Anyway. They got married. And so they sent Christopher Columbus off. He was actually so annoying, which is why they finally gave him the money. He was just such a pest. And they're like, please leave. Here's the money. Go away, and maybe we never will see you again. Unfortunately, they did see him again. And then they sent lots and lots of people over to colonize bits of, the Caribbean and South America and stuff. And the Spanish made oodles of money, right? Just so much money. Which meant that everybody else in Europe was really jealous of whatever they did, including their music. So the political connection is, and you might all remember this. So Henry VIII's first wife is the daughter of Ferdinand and Isabella, and she actually, we think Henry VIII, they got married, he cut off her head, they got married, he cut off her head. That's not actually how it went. She was actually his wife for 23 years. She was Queen Regent for 4 of them. People loved her. So this was Catherine of Aragon, or now we're supposed to say Catalina of Aragon. Same name. Mine. It's a good name. Anyway, so you can imagine, she comes from Spain. She brings all of her musicians and all of her music and all of her stuff, and they got along pretty well until he wanted a younger model. Anyway, so there's some political connections. So then he also wanted a son. Whatever. He didn't get one. Okay. Sorry. that ship had sailed. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought by making stupid jokes. I should have written this out more. I did, but I'm not following it. You see, I've got a flow chart. So in order to get separated from his first wife, of course, Henry VIII decides to declare himself head of the English Church, which puts, now you've got Anglicanism and you've got Catholicism. So the English were jealous of the Spanish and the fact they held this money. And now they have two religious ideologies that are different. And this all sort of culminates later in a lovely war they fight for about 30 years, which is the, Anglo-Spanish War. The reason I'm saying all of this, is to see that there's this great love between these countries, people, goods, trade, envy, and of course they despise each other on some political and religious levels. And this all exists together, which is not maybe too unlike the world, always, as it is, right? So things weren't better back then, they were just different. And so now we're going to go on a little tour. We're going to start with a song called Come Again. It's by John Dowland. He was very famous. He was a very good lutenist. I will not be playing the lute part. And our first section of the concert is Love. And this might fit more in the lust category. If you manage to catch the words in the second half, and it talks about shafts and Cupid's arrow, you can imagine other things as shafts if you have an imagination. There's lots of, touching and kissing and death, and it's not just that kind of death.
It's a little death.
It's the little death, back into your Shakespearean euphemisms. So enjoy it. It's a beautiful little song. I'm going to try not to take it too slow. Come again.
Oh. I thought I did something wrong.
The next piece we're doing is from a super popular, maybe the most popular dancing manual of the time, the Orchestrography. It had like little diagrams for how you do the dances. And if you were wondering what the Noble class did all day, often they spent their morning in dance lessons and learning different patterns of dances for whatever next event was coming up. So they did a lot of dancing. This is one of the ones they liked a lot. It's in French. Beautiful one who holds my life captive in your eyes, who has ravished my soul with a gracious smile. Come to my aid or I must die. Again, both versions. Why do you flee, dainty one, if I am near you? When I behold your eyes, I am lost in myself because your perfection changes my actions. And we we all love somebody who's able to adjust their behavior? It's all good. Okay. If it works. But she doesn't seem too into him, actually, it seems like. Anyway, that's life. It is. Thanks. I know that's too flat. One, the next piece we're doing is La Rosa en Flores.
I made a snowman.
You made a snowman. That is a really cool snowman. This piece is from the Sephardic tradition. So, at the Ferdinand and Isabella, one of the things they did to earn them the title of the Catholic monarchs from the Pope, like a big badge. I don't know, maybe this came with a gold star. Was they kicked out all of the Muslims and the Jews from Spain, which, not terribly nice, but Muslim culture and Jewish culture were a big part of Spanish culture. And this language that this is in is Ladino, which is sort of a fusion of Hebrew and Spanish. And at the time, the Jewish community was a big part of the trade in the Mediterranean. And so this language was sung all throughout the Mediterranean. This song was very popular and heard all throughout as well. It's just a love song, a sad love song, which is, what Ladino does best. The rose blooms in the middle of May, and my soul darkens, suffering from love. Nightingales sing, sighing of love, and the passion kills me, and my pain increases. Come more quickly, my dove, more quickly to me, more quickly to you, my soul, because I feel myself dying. But Robert, you came in right. You came in right. I literally had a space in my brain where I just lost all the words for a moment. We're heading over into the sad things, obviously. This is the Lamento di Tristano. And this is just about, if you know the story of Tristan and Isolde, it is not a happy story. Isolde essentially is a prize from a war won, getting shipped off to go get married, and she falls in love with the person who's taking her there, which is Tristan, and they drink a love potion, they fall in love, and bad things happen. It's a great epic romance, which today would be like 10 seasons of something. There's lots and lots and lots of bits to this story. But this was a very, very popular just tune, and we've added some accompaniment called the Lamento di Tristano, and it is paired with a dance afterwards. So after the sad, there's some happy stuff to make you feel good about life again. Let's see if we can do this. Got this here. I'm not going to drop it. We good? Maybe? Yeah, but I gave you a measure. in the war. So at the end of this piece, you're going to hear us do, so this is the battle. It was, there are a bunch of battle madrigals in this time. It's kind of fun because all the trumpets have different war cries. Because no internet, no radio, like you communicate with trumpets. So at the end of the song, you will hear one of the trumpet calls. And this trumpet call doesn't just show up in this song, it shows up in other war madrigals. So this must have actually been used for communicating on the battlefield. It just basically sounds like this. Da, da, digga, digga, da, da, digga, digga, da, da, da. You'll hear it just fused right into the music. Yeah. Do it. I'm playing this. Oh, we have some weird instruments on display today.
I've never seen it.
Kazoo.
It's a kazoo. No, it's not a kazoo. We have two of them. One of them is crooked. The crooked one is called the crumb horn, and the straight one is called the cornemuse. And they're the same instrument, except one is crooked and one is straight. And if you take up the top, oh my gosh, what is this? It is a reed like a bassoon or an oboe between two plates, and it's pretty weird. And so, like, if you were playing a bassoon, you'd be using this, right? You'd put your mouth on it. But this is a capped reed instrument. You just stick the cap on, and you just blow really hard and hope for the best. It is terrible at being in tune. But we're doing our best. What is in that ball of goo? Is it a unicorn? Ooh, awesome. Okay. Whew. So are we ready for this? You in charge? Sort of? Okay. Do unicorns lay eggs? I don't know. Anybody else want to answer that question? Unicorns lay eggs.
No, they don't.
I don't think unicorns lay eggs.
No.
I think they have live births like
Yeah, just
people
like horses.
and horses. That makes sense.
Rainbow.
And chickens. I don't know if unicorns like a chicken. Speaking of birds,
They're like zebras.
does anybody else hear the crows? We're hearing a song called Three Ravens. There's another English folk song called Twa Corbies, Three Crows. They're very, very related. Yeah, I can open it for you. So this song, in the program, it says it's by Thomas Ravencroft, but really it's arranged by Thomas Ravencroft because the song existed prior, and he just made a nice arrangement of it. And I'm sure all of his friends bought it because it's three ravens and his name is Ravenscroft, and nobody can deny that that's cute. So one thing I like about this song is that it's about death and war. Because the very beginning you have a knight who lies slain under his shield, and the ravens are looking at it because they're going to eat him. Right? And so they're thinking about dinner and death. And then, do you want the other one? I can open it for you. But then you get this interesting symbolism because he doesn't get rescued because he's already dead. But a pregnant doe comes out of the forest and she licks his wounds. And it's something that, she takes care of him, right? Even though he's dead. You respect your dead. And so she comes forth and she takes care of him. And then she dies herself. Because childbirth is a perilous process and sometimes you die. And so the song has in it all this ideas of violence and death and also love and rebirth, all sort of twirled together in one whole. And anyway, it's a lovely folk song if it's kind of sad. That is the way English folk songs go. I think the ravens eat them.
Oh, there's something about burying the
One of your sisters at your house has died. Amalthea has this imaginary house. Except it's real. I think it just occurs in the future. So it seems imaginary to me, but I'm sure Amalthea's house is real. Is it in the future, your house? Okay. Oh yeah, the deer buries him, which is weird.
That's very weird.
That is very weird. And that's how you know that the deer maybe isn't really a deer.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, it says she buried him before the prime. That's a church hour. I forgot to look up exactly what time prime is. But she buried him before the prime. And then was dead herself ere evensong time. Evensong is another one of the church hours. It's late in the evening. Let's see if we can do this. Remember, you don't have to sing loud. garden? Yeah. There's some tomatoes there. Huh? Okay, here we go. Spanish carnival dance. Back to the happy stuff. Back to the happy stuff. Actually, to this day in Spain, they have a lot of carnivals, and there's a lot of singing groups. There's like, you go on and they're like, which singing group are you? Are you group 1 or are you group 10? Kinds of different genres. You don't want a tomato? They're over there, but there might be bees, so maybe you want to come back. So this is a Spanish carnival dance. I'm not sure exactly what type of singing group it was, and I tried to find it, off the words for it, but I couldn't. It could be like by cheesemongers, in which case it's about cheese, so maybe it's about cheese. There we go. Let's try again. 1, 2. This Spanish Pavane was published in an English lute book. So that's just your, you know, they liked each other's music a lot. Yes, baby. Oh, it's his chorus? Okay. Well, you can still watch the concert if you want. Okay, well, it can stay with me then. Okay? Did you want to sit on my feet?
No.
No, you're fine there. Oh, that's sorry. Robert needs my feet. Robert needs my feet, so you can't sit on my feet. Here, you can sit on this foot, okay? You can sit on this foot. Oh, right there. Right there. That's fine. Okay? Okay. Have her do this on the hardest song in the whole thing. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Here we go. The Pavane was a very, very, very popular dance. Oh, we're doing so. Sorry, I don't have music for that one. Oh my gosh, the text for this is really interesting.
Do you need my thing?
Nope. I've got it right there. Just the text. Can I read the translation, or do you want to read it? So this one, you want to go inside? Do you want to sneak in? You want to sneak between the ladies? What I like about this song is it is at once references both. Okay, thanks. No picture. Sorry, my little helper is here. My sister and her husband were supposed to be here, so we wouldn't have little helper, but we have little helper. It makes references to both Old Testament stuff. This is not a religious song, by the way. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Old Testament sort of imagery that was super popular in the Jewish community, but also showed up a lot in just the musical community in general in Spain during this time period. And also alludes to this idea of, it says, I'm the little dark one. But Morenica can mean I have dark hair, or that my skin is dark, in the same way that, and it can also be a word for entertainer in Arabic. So there's all sorts of ideas about what this person looks like and what their job is. And anyway, and this is just a little silly song that talks about how she is not going to hell. So here's his text. I'm the little dark one. I am the dark woman. The dark handsome man was guilty of sin, but sin was never found in me and never will be. I am the rose without thorns, of which the Song of Solomon sings and says, I am black but beautiful, for me they will all sing. I am the flaming bush, burning without being consumed. The fire will not touch me, that will touch all of the others. Yeah, the imagery is kind of cool. And also,
There's no hell in the Old Testament.
yeah, but it was very big in popular culture. I mean, you've got Dante's
Yeah, well, that was
Thing.
New
Shakespeare's Dark Lady.
But I mean, like, you don't really have them talking about hell until Dante.
Testament.
He made it all fabulous. Okay, you ready?
Yo me soy la morenica, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morenica, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morena, bien morada fue la culpa del pecado que en mí nunca fue hallado, ni jamás se hallará, ni jamás se hallará. Yo me soy la morenica, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morena, soy la sin espina rosa que Salomón canta y glosa, migra sum se enfermosa y por mí se cantará, que a las otras tocará. Yo me soy la morenica, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morena, yo soy la manta inflamada, ardiendo sin ser quemada, ni de aquel fuego tocada, que a las otras tocará, que a las otras tocará. Yo me soy la morenica, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morenica, yo me soy la morena, yo me soy la morena.
Now we get to do the Spanish. Hold on.
Mommy, come back.
No, sorry, I got another like 15 minutes. Okay, we're all gonna last 15 minutes. Can you last 15 minutes, Amalthea? Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to play it all the way on the loop first. If you can't hear me, you can come closer. Or maybe stay far away. You're not gonna mess up. Amalthea, I need your help on Rodrigo Martinez. Can you come out and help? And say hey? Okay. She's like, I'm done with you. We're going to do a song called Rodrigo Martinez, and it's a very silly song. And one of the silliest things about it is that it survives in a manuscript that they found in Uppsala in Sweden. This is called it's from the Palace Songbook, and you wouldn't expect the Spanish Palace Songbook to be in Sweden, but it was a very, very, very popular book, and they had a copy there, and that is the copy that comes down to us. Rodrigo Martinez is a dude, and he probably isn't all that old, and he has a flock of geese, but he really wishes they were cows, so he whistles to them as if they're cows, and that's the whole song. And we're going to do it with audience participation. I should have asked all of your names because I could memorize them all. And so when I do this, you're going to say, hey! Or if you really feel on top of it, by the end of the song, you feel like you've totally got it, you can say, ah, hey! And call the geese. And it'll be silly. It goes fast. It goes fast, reporters. It goes fast. Stay with the cloud. Stay with the cloud. Oh, sorry, you need a G. Thank you. Awesome. Oh, that one's so loud and ugly. Rodrigo Martinez a las danzares la hey, pensando quieran vacas silbalas hey. Rodrigo Martinez atangarido. Rodrigo Martinez atangarido. Los tusasarinos levan los orillos. Ah, hey, pensando quieran vacas silbalas hey. Rodrigo Martinez Lozano. Rodrigo Martinez Lozano. Rodrigo Martinez, Atangarido. Los descansoridos, lévalos al río. ¡Hey! Pensando que eran vacas, silbabalas. ¡Hey! Rodrigo Martinez, Atangarido. Rodrigo Martinez, Atangarido. Los descansoridos, lévalos a Habana. ¡Hey! Pensando que eran vacas, silbabalas. ¡Hey!
Great.
Good job.
I loved it.
So La Bataille that we played earlier for you was from the Telman Susanto. Man, I can't. He's got so many S's and T's in his name. My dyslexia is on fire. Susanto. Anyway, he was actually in the Netherlands. Published a lot of music for consorts of instruments. So we actually, small thing about our instruments, we have a consort of recorders, which means we have a bunch of different recorders of different sizes. We have a soprano recorder, an alto recorder, tenor recorder, and 2 bass recorders right now. Yes, always could use 1 bass. And a sopranino.
Yeah.
So that's a consort. And you can also have a broken consort if we, I'm breaking it. So this is not a recorder. So the consort is hereby broken. So we're going to play it as a broken consort. This piece is La Morisque, a Moorish dance. So published in an arrangement by a composer in the Netherlands, printed, and then you find this manuscript everywhere. There's lots of copies of his stuff. In England, in France, in Italy, everyone loved his stuff. Recently, this particular tune has been popular because somebody arranged it for concert band. So this tune gets around. Here we go. You ready? Oh, sorry. There's going to be 4 drum hits before you go. So in my mind, I think of this last piece as our theme song. It's called Pastime with Good Company. It is probably by King Henry VIII, but not the, rather large, you see him in the picture, right, with his face. He's like square. This is probably written by King Henry VIII when he was like less than 20. And he's reading lots of humanists and, he's just really into the Renaissance idea, people doing good and being responsible for themselves. And of course, then they all go Protestant and, then God decides what you're doing. Anyway, so this song has a lot of humanist ideas and a lot of aspirational ideas in it, and it's funny to think of it being written by a teenage person who would then become king and have lots of interesting problems in his life. In the middle of it, we're going to do the same song in Spanish, because there's Spanish lyrics that they put with it too. So isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And sort of delightful. The Spanish version is just a straight up love song. It's oh, I didn't even write down the translation. Do you know the translation off the top of your head?
You must have some dalliance.
No. Válgame.
Oh, Valgame. Sorry.
I can't. You actually have the translation in the program, so
You said it was,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
it's like
Válgame,
goodness.
señora mía. It's like, oh my God, my lady.
Yes.
A white rose of love.
even I can almost understand
Yeah,
it, and I don't
can.
speak Spanish. Blanca Rosa. It's got all these beautiful things in it.
Que por mí, que por ti me está perdida la mitad de la razón. That because of you, the half of my reasoning is lost.
Lost your mind.
Yes, lost my mind. my
Okay.
reasoning.
So anyway, this is Pastime with Good Company. Thank you for being good company, for passing your time with us. I know there were a few of you, but we're very grateful that you came here to listen to us
Thank you.
and play with us. If you ever feel like coming and playing early music, you can always come play with us. We are the Santa Barbara Community Early Music Ensemble. So don't feel like you have to be good to play with us.
It makes us
Just want to come in and
Have fun.
have fun. Little, okay.
Oh
survived. Thank you for coming. It was our pleasure to play for you. Oh, there you go.